Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is FPL Roxas and today I'll be sharing my Gaming26 team selection. We are finally at the stage in the season where long-term planning will have a massive impact on how we're going to be able to finish this season. With chip usages finally starting to increase, I'm sure that only those who are able to carefully plan out their teams are able to finish the season strong. In this video, I'll be showing you guys what transfers I'm planning to do in order to combat blank gaming 26, double gaming 28, as well as blank gaming 29. As usual, feel free to like and subscribe if you found the video enjoyable. Alright, let's start the team selection video. First off, let's have a look at how I performed for gaming 25. As I'm recording this video, the Liverpool-Luton match hasn't played yet, so this will be my current points before we tally up the points for the final game. I currently have 84 points thus far. I'm currently at a green arrow from 1.4 to 1.2 million. The transfers I made last week was supposed to be either Solanke to Darwin or Lascelles to Reguilon. It was the day after I uploaded the video that I received the news that Porro got injured and will be out for quite a while. That opens up more transfer options for me, and I ultimately decided to remove Porro for Van Dijk, hoping that I could gain some points from his favorable double. So far that hasn't happened yet, as Liverpool couldn't keep a clean sheet during the first game against Brentford. Surely they can get one against Luton, right? Anyways, I also decided to activate my triple captain on Holland. Well, that ended with just 1 goal and 2 bonus points from the Brentford game. That's 10 points in 2 games, totaling 30 from the triple captain. He had a lot of chances to score in both games, having a total of 2.57 expected goals in the 2 games. The final outcome wasn't great, but we move on. Having the trio of Watkins, Solanke, and Gordon returning really carried my game week. If I were to bring in Darwin for one of Solanke or Watkins, I have probably been on a red arrow or a small green arrow instead. I think it's fair to say that this double game week has been one of the most unlucky ones that I've seen. The point scoring favorites from Liverpool and Jota and Darwin getting injured in the same game was insane. Later on, seeing Salah, who people thought wouldn't get to play any minutes, like not a lot of minutes for both the games, coming on and getting a goal and an assist was something most of us didn't expect. Also, the City midfielders blanking and Holland only scoring 1 goal in the week, where I think a lot of people have decided to use their triple captain on him as well, disappointing a fair amount of managers. In the end, FPL is always about luck, and shock game weeks like this are about to happen. Well, enough of talking about Game 25. Let's move over to the next section where I'll be discussing what I'm planning to do for Game 26 onwards. Before we get into my transfer plans, I just want to remind you guys about the upcoming blanks. We won't know the final confirmed matches for Game 29 until the 5th round of the FA Cup finishes. There will be a few days before the Game 27 deadline, so by then it should be clear as to which matches are going to be there for Game 29. And I think they should be scheduling the postponed matches as well, so we might be able to find out the future doubles, like for Game 34 and 37 as well. All of that will allow us to be able to plan our transfers more accurately without any second guesses on the fixtures that might be coming. So far, the only confirmed matches that we know for Game 29 are Burnley versus Brentford, Fulham versus Tottenham, and West Ham versus Villa. I've listed some of the more notable players that we could pick up for Blank Game 29. I won't be delving into them for this video, but if you want, you could pause the video and take a look at the players that I've added in this section. Also note that Bournemouth and Luton are doubling in Game 28, so it would be good to consider getting players like Solanke, Senesi, and Doughty too. Alright, moving over to my transfer plans, I'll be showing you guys 2 different plans that I've made. The team would be looking like this for Game 26. As you can see, there are 2 blankers in Virgil van Dijk and Jota. Let me show you my first plan. This is the first plan. I'm planning on having both of Van Dijk and Jota removed for Torres and Saka, and that's at the cost of a -4. The reason why I want to do these transfers for a hit is because, firstly, I've lost so many points by not having Saka during the last few weeks where he had like double-digit point hauls, and it's looking like he's going to continue performing. I wouldn't be able to bring him in with one transfer as I only had the 0.1 million in the bank before, so I have to remove another player as well to free up some funds to make the move. Looking at Saka's fixtures, he'll be facing an out of form Newcastle, Burnley, and Brentford, and I think that he's going to return in all those games. So I think it's going to be a good move even for a -4. Torres is the defender I choose to bring in simply due to him having a confirmed fixture in Game 29. And also, he has quite a decent fixture run from now until Game 29. So I think he has a few chances to grab a few clean sheets in that period. All right, moving over to game 27. I'm going to have one free transfer, and that's when I'll be using it to bring in Senesi for Los Cells. And it's an early transfer, you could say, 1 week before Senesi's double. The reason is that he has the fixture against Burnley. I think there is a higher chance of a clean sheet against them, so I'm looking to count on that for this plan. If I were not to make a transfer, I'd have to play Estupinian, who is currently spending more time in the bench rather than starting games, so it would be reliable to play him. Taylor also plays for Burnley, who haven't been the best team defensively this season, so I wouldn't count on that. So yeah, I decided to bring in Senesi. For Gaming 28, I won't be making any transfers, banking it. It would be nice if I had the freedom to bring in more doublers, but I have to focus on Gaming 29, where I'm going to need as many players as I can. So for this week, two doublers is all I'll be planning to end up with. And that is Senesi and Solanke, captain of course. And for Gaming 29, I'm going to have two free transfers. Without any transfers, I would only have just four players with a confirmed fixture for this week in just Leno, Paul Torres, Taylor, and Watkins. Yeah, just the four of them. I'll be looking to make three transfers this week, so that's another -4, so that I can deploy at least 7 players for this blank game week. And those players are Ivan Toney, Son, and Richarlison for Solanke, De Bruyne, and Foden. I could use my free hit to get this mess over with, but I'm looking to use this free hit for a future game week with double fixtures, probably game 34, 37, I don't know. So with that in mind, I'll have to take a risk in losing a lot of points by not having a full 11 for this week, in the hopes that I can use my free hit for a better week with better fixtures and doubles in future. Yeah, so that will leave me with a total of 7 playing players this time, with Leno, Torres, Taylor, Richarlison, Son, Watkins, and Tony. Um, I think 7 players is too small of a number for sure, but this is all I can do for this plan. So now let's move over to plan number 2. It's actually almost identical to my first transfer plan, barring one transfer being different. For Gaming 26, it will be exactly the same. Torres and Saka for -4. For Gaming 27, that's where it's different. I'll be using my transfer to bring in a player that has a fixture in Gaming 29. In this instance, I chose Douglas Luiz. It's just as an example. I haven't considered like any other player. I haven't really thought about it. So yeah, it could change in the future. But for now, I have Douglas Luiz as an example, as he also plays in Game 29. And yeah, that will leave me with just one doubler in Game 28 in Solanke. While I was organizing all of these transfers, I just felt that for Game 28, it could actually just be enough to have Solanke as the doubler. Um, as the doublers in this game week are Bournemouth and Luton. Bournemouth only having Solanke and probably Senesi, who are the better options from their team. While in Luton, I can only think of Doughty, Morris, and Adebayo, who is injured right now. I feel like there isn't that many players that are eye-catching and are able to ensure returns even during a double. Solanke is one of the top scorers in the league, so I think it should be fine for now to just have him. Who knows, maybe a few more Bournemouth and Luton players could pop off in the coming weeks and become proper transfer options. So let's see when the time comes. For Game Week 29, some these are the same transfers as before, as in the first plan. But this time I'll be able to have 8 players playing in Game Week 29. Leno, Paul Torres, Taylor, Son, Richarlison, Douglas Luiz, Watkins, and Tony. So in both plans, it both involves having as many fixtures in Game 28 and 29 as possible. The total number of fixtures are the same as by having Senesi. In the first plan, I get 2 fixtures in Gaming 28 and no fixture for him in Gaming 29. While in the second plan, I have Douglas Luiz, where I will have 1 fixture in Gaming 28 from him and 1 fixture in Gaming 29 from him. The main difference in the plans are in the points potential from both the players. So if I feel like Senesi can outscore Douglas Luiz or any other player that I can bring in plan 2, I would probably be going for my first plan. On the other hand, for plan 2 if I feel like Douglas Luiz or any other player like, I don't know, Leon Bailey, um, or Douglas Luiz in this example, of course, could outscore Senesi in one of his fixtures in the double, then I would be leaning more towards this plan instead, right here. You might be wondering, with all of these transfers that I've brought in, will my team for Game 30 look worse? I think the team looks alright in both scenarios. So in the first plan, this is what the team will look like for Game 30. I think it looks pretty good, even having Gordon, who is in the bench right now, and Saliba as well, who has Man City, of course. So yeah, that's a for sure benching. And the second plan, yeah, instead of Gordon, I have Douglas Luiz in the bench, so that's fine. And the rest of the team looks pretty good, except for the defense over here with Saliba against City and Taylor against Chelsea. I can't really play anyone else. As Stupinen goes against Liverpool here, and Lascelles doesn't play at all. But anyways, the rest of the team looks pretty good. Yeah, yeah. I think from game 30 onwards, if everything goes as planned, I'll be able to start planning to use my chips, like my wild card. If I were to use my wild card, my plan from the start of the season was to use it to prepare for future doubles and eventually use my bench boost and free hit as well. So like having to wild card like a few games before um confirm double fixtures in a week, so I can prepare my team before that, and then I'm gonna have like a lot of double gaming players in the bench. I can use my bench boost by then. Yeah, that's an example. I'll be talking about it in the future, so you can look forward to that. And that wraps up this week's team selection video. Good luck to everyone for Game26. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to be updated on my latest uploads. I'll be uploading every week, so stay tuned. Leave a comment if you'd like, and thanks for watching the video.